Missourians voted in favor of Amendment 3, which legalizes the recreational use of marijuana in the state.
Yeah, so Fox 4's Emily Manley is joining us live this morning from our Missouri Capitol Bureau. Good morning, Emily.
Well, good morning, and it is a beautiful morning indeed here in St. Louis, where just hours ago we found out that voters in Missouri decided to legalize recreational marijuana. I'm actually just a block away from where the watch party was that went into the wee hours of this morning, because that's how long we had to wait for results. They didn't know at first how it was going. The race was so tight. And finally, just after midnight, Legal Missouri 22 popped champagne inside Ballpark Village, which is just across from Busch Stadium. And they were celebrating the win, which that win is Amendment 3, legalizing recreational marijuana for those 21 and older. So what does that really mean? It means that those 21 and older will be able to buy up to 3 ounces of marijuana at a time. They also could have up to 6 flowering plants. I also want to say, though, that remember, there's a part about this amendment that involves expungement. Previous nonviolent offenses would be expunged under this referendum. And the campaign manager of Legal Missouri says that part of the question is going to help thousands of Missourians.
How does it feel to make history? Yeah! This is the most important criminal justice reform that has ever been passed by the voters of Missouri. We're going to put an end to 20,000 arrests every year. We're going to expunge hundreds of thousands of records for nonviolent marijuana offenders.
Now, recreational cannabis would be taxed at 6%, and then local governments could add an additional 3% if they choose to do so. But for medical marijuana patients that might be wondering this morning how this affects them, their tax is not changing. You're still going to pay 4% if you are a medical marijuana card holder. I also want to let you know that under this referendum, there was some changes to the medical marijuana program, and that means that if you are a card holder, instead of having to have your card renewed every single year, it now will be valid for 3 years. And other than doctors, nurse practitioners will also be able to sign off on those medical marijuana cards. So let's talk about the big question at hand this morning that everybody wants to know. When are you going to be able to buy recreational marijuana in the state of Missouri? Well, now that it's approved by voters, the state health department has 30 days to put rules and regulations in place, which is December 8th. Then after that, that's when the dispensaries in the state, the cultivation facilities, they will then apply for a license to sell and produce recreational marijuana. So overall, long story short, the state health department tells me that we're looking at February when Missourians will be able to purchase recreational marijuana in the state. Big news coming out of the Show Me State this morning as Missouri joins 19 other states in legalizing recreational cannabis.
Yeah.
Reporting live this morning in downtown St. Louis, I'm Emily Manley. Back to you in KC.
Yeah, Emily, that's a good point. It's going to happen fast. A friend of mine joked, actually, that it would be legal by the Super Bowl. In other words, by the time of a Super Bowl party, you could legally buy and possess marijuana in Missouri.
There you go. That puts a time frame on there for you, for sure. All right. Emily, thanks.